Hello good people, we're going to be making pizza today. We're going to go for the simplest and most popular, which is pizza Margherita. My dad used to say that to judge the real value of a pizzaiolo, you've got to try his Margherita, because there is nowhere to hide any mistakes in there. The toppings are very simple, it's just tomato, mozzarella and basil. As it's often the case, the list of ingredients is very, very short and it's all in the method. So let's crack on. I like to go for a 3-to-1 ratio between plain flour and bread flour, just because that gives it the best, I think, the best structure without compromising the softness of the texture. Then we're going to go in with the yeast. We start the mixer on a medium speed and start trickling our water. This is warm to the touch, and take your time to do this. You want to do it very slowly, so you give the time to the flour to absorb all the water. To start with, the texture will be almost crumb-like, and immediately after the water goes your malt extract. Now, malt extract gives the dough the sugar to feed the yeast and also adds flavor to it. If you don't have malt extract, you can use clear honey. That'll do the job as well. So when the dough looks still very coarse, but it comes together in a coherent mass, that's the time to sprinkle in our salt, give the mixer a bit more oomph, and let it go for about 10 to 15 minutes. I put the mozzarella that I'm going to be using later for the Margherita to drain, to make sure that they are as dry as possible. So drop your mozzarella balls in a colander over a bowl and set them aside for later. And as you can see, the whole thing slides off the hook very nicely, and set it aside to rest. At 20 degrees C, this will take about 1 hour and 10 minutes to prove. We can prepare the topping for later on, and we've got nice passata over here, extra virgin olive oil, just a pinch of salt, and I like to add some dried oregano. We're going to be putting some fresh basils only after pizza is baked. Our dough is nicely proved, it's doubled in volume. The next step is to divide our dough into 4 quarters, and we do that with the help of a scraper. Coat a roasting tin with a generous layer of semolina and sprinkle some more on the worktop. The next step is to shape our pizza dough into balls, folding it enough a couple of times, then spreading it gently and rolling it into the shape of a bowl. The next step is called pirlatura in Italian, which creates a nice taut skin over each ball of dough. And that is done by shaping your hand like this and then rolling your bowl of dough. There you go, and that's done. And you can see clearly the difference between the refined texture of the shaped dough and the original texture. What we're going to be doing next is to coat this bowl of dough into semolina so that it doesn't stick to the other ones in the roasting tray. So we've got here our approved pizza balls, and prepare a baking tray with some oil. Make sure that you oil the entire baking tray. And then you start from the center, spreading it around, and try not to squash down the edges, because that's what's going to be forming the lofty rim all around it. You can turn it around and do the same on the other side. Once your pizza base has reached a size of about 20 centimeter diameter, that's when you lift it and you hold it over closed fists, like so, and you gently roll it around like this. Once your pizza is about 25 to 30 centimeters in diameter, then you can place it on your baking tray, coat it with a generous layer of tomato. Leave a couple of centimeters of border around pizza, because the pizza is going to be baked into 2 stages. The oven is in the fan configuration at the highest temperature it can possibly reach. And the pizza is going to go first at the bottom of our oven. So the pizza is half baked and comes out of the oven. This takes about 4 minutes at 280 degrees. And now we're going to be tearing a mozzarella ball that has been drained in the meantime, so it's nice and dry. Pizza goes back in the oven, but this time at the very top. So after a second bake, pizza is ready. A little drizzle of olive oil, a couple of leaves of fresh basil. Ah, smells delicious. There you go. Buon appetito.